In this video, we're going to be using the Gillette Baldy Kit for a dome shave. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, and thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. We're going to be using this Gillette Baldy Kit, and we'll let you know what we think of it. But before we get into that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor Leaf. I'll pop up the leaf and the twig right there. You know I love Leaf. It is an amazing shaver. It's what I use on my head most of the time. If you'd like to get 5% off your order at Leaf, use discount code IAMCDB right there and save 5% while shopping at Leaf. All right, today's shave is a little bit different because we're going to be using the Gillette Baldy Kit, which you see here. And inside the Baldy Kit is the razor, which we'll take out. And the kit runs about 35 bucks. And here is the razor, which we shall take out, and it's got a cart blade on it. I'm making a lot of noise and a mess already. That's no good. It's got a cart blade that looks sort of like a skin guard blade. Aluminum handle, kind of fat. It pivots, it goes from side to side and all that sort of good stuff, which you would expect from a Gillette, modern Gillette razor, that is. Sorry about the noise. The cream here is the cream primer for head shaving, and it also comes with a stand you can put your razor on if you like, and also a shower hanger if you'd like to hang it in your shower. We will set those things aside because we're not going to need them, and we will stick with the primer and the razor, and we'll just give it a head shave and see how it goes. Now, I've been shaving my dome. It'll be 5 years this March, and I'm an everyday shaver or every other day. So you're not gonna have a ton of growth, but you should be able to see the white from the hair I do have left. You should be able to see some of it there. There is some hair there. So if you make a comment and said he's not shaving any hair, I will delete your comment. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to apply a little moisture here, and this is how I just wet my head. And then we'll use this Gillette primer, whatever it is, and just see how it goes. This is presumably a brushless type cream. Now, normally, you know me, I would use a traditional product with a brush and so forth and so on. Smells pretty good. Smells pretty good. This scent on this stuff, to me, kind of smells like sort of like a minty sort of thing it's got going there. Smells pretty decent, I gotta say. Let's apply just a little more moisture, because you know you can never have too much hydration. Actually, you can, but for the purposes of this video, we'll need a little more. We want to make sure we have a nice slick platform for that razor to glide on. And essentially, I was looking at the instructions, and Gillette says, you know, just apply the, they call primer here, and get after it. And so that's what we're going to do. First, let me wipe my hands off, because you always want to have dry hands when you're wielding any sort of sharp object. And we'll give this little short stubby razor a go. And there again is another look at the razor if you're curious. And my hands are still slick from this brushless cream. It's one of the reasons I don't like brushless creams, is because your hands get slick and you want them to have a grip. There is decent grip on this. There's some knurling right there, but let's give this a go. I haven't seen this razor used much on YouTube, so let's just give it a go and see. And I will be looking to my mirror over there, so I apologize for not looking into the camera the entire time. So far, what do I think? Feels like your standard Gillette cartridge razor. You know, it doesn't feel special to me, but I'm quite certain that we'll be able to get a decent shave out of it. They do recommend that you rinse it, you know, every little bit, and we will do just that to make sure it doesn't clog. But I don't know if it's going to clog very easy, because it's just got those blades. They're pretty spaced out, so I don't know that clogging would necessarily be a problem for this particular razor. The handle is fairly ergonomic, I would say. So no problems there. And Gillette has really tried to capture the head shaving market with this razor. It's designed specifically for head shaving, and it remains to be seen how we will do with it. Sorry for being tongue twisted. It's been a long day today, folks. But let's continue putting this razor through its paces. And you know me, I've used tons of razors on the dome, but my go-to is generally the Leaf And the leaf is that razor that I popped up in the corner there earlier. And that razor uses traditional double-edged razor blades, not cartridges. This one, of course, is a cart. And I would say it's quite easy to use. So if you're accustomed to using a cart, I think this will probably work just fine for you. I wanted to just buy the razor itself and not the entire kit, but I did not see any way to do that on Gillette's website. So hopefully at some point they'll just sell the razor alone. But this might be relatively new. I'm not sure when it came out, but I haven't seen a lot of people with it. And I was sort of Googling around, and so I figured, let's try it. Actually, one of the viewers recommended it to me, so thank you, sir. It's definitely worth a try, and I think it's shaving quite well. I'm no complaints as far as cartridge razors go. It's working well. And if you like using cartridge razors on the dome, you might like this one. And if you don't, maybe not. It's up to you. But you know me, the leaf is my go-to. They also sponsor the channel, but honestly, I use the leaf so many times over the years, probably hundreds of times. It's just my go-to, and that was something that was a favorite of mine before Leaf ever mentioned sponsorship. So please keep that in mind. So first pass, I'd say pretty good there. As far as carts go, pretty nice. Not a super long handle. I kind of like that it's not a super long handle. It's kind of chunky, but it doesn't feel cumbersome for what that's worth. Because I realize some people may happen across this video who aren't in the traditional shaving community. And if you're not, I invite you in. Hit the subscribe button below. Watch some of the other videos. You might learn something about traditional shaving. We hope to pull some of you folks to the dark side. I don't really think it's the dark side, but for our good friend Shady's benefit, we'll call it the dark side. But first pass, I would say actually pretty good. As far as cartridge razors go, I can't really think of any reason to complain. I guess my only complaint would be that it was $35 and I didn't really want the entire kit. I just wanted the razor, and I didn't see any way to buy the razor individually. Maybe that will change, or maybe I just missed it. I don't know. But apart from that, not too bad. And this cream here, this brushless cream, it's actually quite slick. So you're getting a good slick cream. In fact, it's so slippery, I'm having a time getting it off my hands. It's sort of hanging in there, but we'll press on with it. It's slick. It does smell good too. So if you want a sort of nice brushless cream, then this might do it for you. All right, let's kind of go from back to front on this pass. Clean up around those ears. They do recommend you clean up around the ears, pull your ears down. And I would recommend that anyway, all the time. Always pull those ears down and keep them out of the way, especially if you're a new head shaver. And if you happen to find this, just take your time. Many new people are coming to the bald. We like it. This is the way. Join us. Honestly, I can't complain about this razor. I know a lot of people hate on Gillette for any number of reasons, but this is not a bad razor. It's working fine. It's working as intended. Does it unseat my Leaf? No, of course not. Leaf is my preferred head shaving razor all the time, but I think it's doing a pretty good job overall. And the blade on here sort of reminds me of the Gillette Skin Guard blade. If you're accustomed to using that, or if you've used it before, it seems similar to me. To the Skin Guard, they're really spaced out there a pretty good bit. And that is probably to help keep it from, clogging. And so, overall, I'd say it's not bad. Again, the downside for me being you couldn't just buy the razor. I don't really need a full kit, but that's just me. You might actually want the full kit. That's okay. Like I always say, it's your shave. Do it your way. But it's doing a pretty good job, I have to say. I don't know if this is exactly the same blade as the Skin Guard. It kind of feels like it. But in some ways, I feel like this particular blade here is cutting a little better. It may be exactly the same as the Skin Guard. I'm not sure. So You can research that if you like, but it's providing for a pretty good shave, I have to say. So we're just going to continue on to make sure we get what I like to call level cue ball, which means that dome is as smooth as a cue ball, or actually any ball on the pool table. It could be level 8 ball, you name it, whatever you like. But at the end, we want this to be nice and smooth, and that's what we're shooting for, and we will get that result. I've really never had any issue with Gillette cartridge razors in that regard. I know a lot of people don't like to use cartridge razors, especially in the traditional shaving community. And I understand that. You do you. Use whatever you like. But I will say, it's providing for a nice close shave. It pivots well. It does all the things that you would expect a Gillette cart razor to do, as I said earlier. So, is it something that to me is revolutionary for head shaving? No. But does it do the job? Yes. Is it comfortable to use? Yes. So if you're just looking for something a little different maybe than your standard Gillette razor, this might be it. It's definitely providing for a nice shave, you know. It's allowing me to do what I need to do to get that close shave, and that's really what you want out of a razor. So I would say from the perspective of, you know, it doing, or it allowing me to do my job, it's hitting the spot as far as that goes. So, and again, I would be remiss if I didn't welcome you people who happen along this video and you're not a traditional shaver to look at some of the other videos on this channel. Look around. You might find that there's some glorious shaving wares to pursue and get involved with. And we welcome you with open arms into the traditional shaving community. And just because you use a cart razor doesn't mean you can't come in and enjoy brushes and soaps and fragrances and all the wonderful things that we participate in the traditional shave community. So, all right, that was not bad, honestly. I'm just touching up. I'm getting absolute what they call BBS, baby butt smooth. Or again, as I like to call it, level cue ball. So, thoughts on the Gillette Baldy razor. To me, I don't think it's revolutionary, but I do like the sort of stubby handle. I don't know, it kind of feels good in the hand. It feels pretty ergonomic as far as that goes. No problem with it. It's wet, but it's still quite grippy. I'm not getting any type of slipping, which you definitely don't want on your head. The blades are fine. They're perfectly sharp. I don't know how many uses you'll get out of it. Typically, I'll get about a week's worth of shaves out of a blade like this. Some people get a lot more, but I will get rid of a blade at the slightest hint of any sort of tugging, so I'm not going to extend the life of a blade beyond its real serviceable capacity. The Gillette Baldy, brushless, I assume this is brushless, I don't know, but it actually smells nice. It's very slick. So, I mean, as far as slickness goes, very slick. It does what it needs to do, and I would say overall, the Baldy kit, it'll get you where you need to be. So if you happen to want to try it, you know, it's worth a try if you like using cartridge razors. If you don't, I don't think it's going to change your mind on cartridge razors. So it's not bringing enough to the table that if you're already a traditional shaving enthusiast, this is not going to bring you back to cartridge razors, in my opinion. However, I think it's smooth, it's comfortable, feels good in the hand, it's plenty grippy enough, and I would actually say this brushless cream is quite slick. So I would say not bad. So thank you, Gillette, for, you know, bringing something for us bald folk, and for all of you who are seeing this for the first time or watching the channel for the first time. Again, I invite you to our community. Come on in, enjoy yourself. It's a wonderful community. All right, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Till next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, sure shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.